Okay, today we're going to go over an unboxing of looks like a high chair that my wife had bought. She has a daycare. Our kids are too old for this. They're both in college, so this is going to be for little kiddos for her daycare. Now, when we bought this here, we got this from Temu, and the reason why we got it is because we looked online and we saw with Amazon and Walmart and Target that they were about $69, $70 and above. I think we got this for about 50 some odd dollars. We got a couple of bucks off with a coupon that we had, and of course free shipping. We got here in about 2 days. Now we're going to find out, but we were under the assumption it was actually two, and I'll show you the picture. Where we responded to it. It looked like there were two separate high chairs, or maybe it was just the fact that you can turn one chair into two different chairs. One you can sit on the table, and then one is a freestanding one. So once we open this up, we'll figure out what is what, and I'll let you know about that. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to discuss the contents of the box. But I'm not going to put you through the installation process. I'm going to come back later on after I install it. And let you know what we had figured out as far as the ease of putting it together and whether it is actually 2 units instead of 1. So let's take a look here what we got. I'm going to just put all the pieces out here on the table. We've got the tray. Looks like we've got some railing. We've got a cover, looks like a seat cover. We have the legs that go with it. And then we have the seat. So no, it is not two separate seats like it insinuated on the picture. Little bit of a deceptive picture to where it doesn't fully tell you exactly what's in there. It just gives you a picture of two. So I'm believing with this that it is one seat, and then I'll show you a picture later on where it shows that you can shorten it by taking off the bottom legs. And I'll show you a picture of this. I'll bring it a little bit closer to you, where you can take off the bottom legs and you can make it into a shorter version where you can put on the table. It doesn't really explain that, and maybe if it did on the advertisement, I would have known that. But we paid about 50 some odd dollars for this. Again, came in about 2 days, free shipping. A lot of things I do buy on Temu. As a matter of fact, this I'm sure you guys have seen it advertised all over TikTok. This Lenvo earpiece where you can actually, they have a little magnetic ball. A small magnetic ball, and it's got magnets which actually keep it in here. Now, I've owned many headsets before, but this particular headset I like. Number one, I don't lose it because it's sitting right here, and if it gets in the way, I'll just drop it in my pocket like this. But with this one right here, it sits on top of the ear instead of in the ear, and believe me, I've got my fair share of otitis externa, which is an infection of the outer ear. From wearing these plugs where you actually put in your ear. So they have good sound, and they also are readily available right here, so I've never lost them. They've always been around my neck, and that's something else that they sell on Temu. Now the thing about Temu is that on TikTok they were $26, I got them for $11 on Temu. So just to let you know, there is a savings of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all together, and then once I'm done, I'm going to show you the finished product and let you know what I think about it all. Okay? See you soon. Okay, now I finished up. This took me about 10, maybe 15 minutes to put together. No big issues with this. High chair is a high chair. Let me show you the features of this one right here. Now I'll put a picture of this in the description, and not in the description, inside the video a little bit later on today. If you want to pick up this particular type. Now, I'm going to say the pros and cons. One of the pros is that you can make it a small tabletop one like this, where you can put it on maybe the dining room table, kitchen table, or something like that while you feed the baby. And then of course you can extend it out, and I'll do that towards the end of this video, where these are the legs to extend it out if you want to put it down on the floor. Now, several things with this particular model right here, as far as putting it together. Now let me take off the tray, I'm going to put it over here for the side. One of the things I found out is that, I mean, as far as the material, it seems like a pretty sturdy material, sort of a pleather type material. It's thick. The only problem is down here, it's really not attached to anything. It is over here. As I take this off, you can see it's attached up here, but it's not attached down to the bottom. And I assume over a period of time, when the baby's sitting in for a while, it'll eventually, you know, conform and sit down. But that was one of the things I noticed, that it doesn't hitch on down here anywhere. Now, it does have a basket on the bottom, and see this basket right here on the bottom, and it's just like a nylon type basket. It's not really held on by any type of screws. If you do get this model, they have little nylon tabs here. I'll show you. Get a little bit closer. Little nylon tabs here, where you just pretty much push it through. I mean, I was kind of wondering where it fastens, but see, take it out and just kind of push it through. And the way the nylon tab is designed, it'll actually catch on here like this. So this way the basket won't fall out. Okay. Another thing that I noticed when I was putting on these railings right here, don't put the legs in first. Put these on first, and then put them inside here, because if you put the legs on first, it's going to be hard to put them inside the plastic. So put them in the plastic first, and there's 2 notches. You got your first notch, second notch is for the other legs. So put the first notches here, put it in this plastic thing first, and then stick it inside the chair. So that's one thing that I figured out with this, because again, if you try to put the legs on first and you try to put the plastic over it, it's going to be very hard for you to do so. So those are the things that I found to be interesting, to say the least. Another thing that I figured out with this here is that if you have a large baby, it should be okay, but you see how far this comes out. Now you can bring these straps, these are adjustable straps, so they bring them here, but still, even for like a small baby, this is a little bit big. And I'm going to tell you the remedy for that. Okay, you see it still has a lot of room for even a small baby. So what we figured out we would do, because we're not going to send it back, is the 2 straps in the back, just pull them out and tie them together like this, as much as you need to in order to loosen up the slack on this side. And you can do the same thing on the bottom here, and you do the same thing on the front strap as well if you need to. You shouldn't need to. You shouldn't have to do this, but you know when you dealt with issues, you're going to find a resolution. So, but of course, a larger size baby would be no problem. But again, if it's too much lax, then go ahead and pull the straps in the back and just time. Either put a knot in each one individually or tie them together. Okay. So that's what I found out here. And then of course, this just slips on here. There's 2 buttons on the bottom here, like most people have used these before. And it just slips on. It has adjustable where you can bring it out a little bit further, a little bit closer, whatever it might be. So then we have, this is the short version. You can put on the tabletop. And then here is now see the little hole, there's a little hole right here. It's 2 holes. Let me bring it up a little bit closer, as you can see. See this hole here and this hole here. This is for this one. Let's stick it in, and like that. And make sure the foot is positioned, so this way when you lay it down, it sits flat on the floor. So then you go ahead and can do all these, and of course they're very easy to take off as well. Now make sure the thinner portion there's a thinner portion on this one, which goes, sorry about that. There's a thinner one on this portion here that actually, you see how it's thicker and thinner. This connects the shorter legs to the longer legs. So this way you don't get confused on it. See how that little, sort of decreases in diameter. Okay, and this goes in here. same thing on the other leg. Now, as far as the directions are concerned, I never found Chinese directions to be very helpful. A lot of what I've done here, I sort of figured out on my own. They give you the basics as to put things together, and sometimes not even that, but then, as I said, that's typical of Chinese manufacturers to do that. Okay, so now we got the legs on, and it took about a minute or two, probably a little bit less if I wasn't talking. And now you have it up at regular chair height. There you go. Okay, now I got the right here. So it doesn't have the exact model, but I'm sure that once I put the picture up from Temu, you'll be able to see which one it is. It took honestly, about 15 minutes to put together. It wasn't very difficult at all. I just had a couple of tips for you to make it even a little bit faster than that, because I had to try to figure that out. If you have any questions, let me know. And also in the description, I'm going to put down a link for the Temu app if you don't have it already. Now, the benefit of Temu is this. Now, I buy a lot of different gadgets, and I buy a lot of different products. I get them from Walmart, as you've seen a lot of my videos. And I also order from Amazon. But when you think about it, as I said before, where do they get their products from? They get them straight from China, and then they have a markup. So what I say is cut out the middleman. So if you sign on for Temu, you'll be able to get, I believe it's a $100 coupon book or discounts equal to $100 first signing on. And of course you got the low price, plus in some cases you'll get free shipping, not all, so just go ahead and check to see what it is. You can also become an affiliate like I am, and you can actually sign other people on, and every time they buy something, if you're an affiliate and you sign them on, you get paid. So that's something else to do as well. Okay, that's it for this. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next product.